Welcome to my YouTube channel PCM Academy. We are in a lecture series of quantum mechanics and we have discussed a lot of commutation relation in the last class. So basically in this class we will discuss some more commutation relation, and instead of proving the result I will give you a list of some commutation relation and the remembering method, okay, so that you can remember easily that. Okay, so let us talk about the some more result on commutation relation. Okay, so actually we want to discuss about some commutation relation. Okay, so one thing you keep in mind when you talk about this commutation relation, if you move anti-clockwise sense, then you have to take negative sign. Suppose you have x, y, z, x, y and z. So if you move in this direction, x to y, y to z and z to x, then this will be positive, this is clockwise sense. But if you move from z to y, y to x or x to z, then that will be anti-clockwise, so that will be negative. So anti-clockwise you should remember it will be negative, but for clockwise sense it will be positive. So we will follow this algorithm. Okay, so first of all let me tell you about the commutation relation between angular momentum and the position operator. So suppose Lx is angular momentum operated with x cap, then this will be 0, keep in mind. But if you talk about Lx with y cap, then what will happen? X with y, that means you will get you will move anti-clockwise, that x to y. Okay, so you will get z, so that will be IH cross z, IH cross z, x to y. Okay, then you will get z, and this is positive because clockwise sense. But if you talk about Lx with z cap, then you can see x with z will be anti-clockwise sense, so it will be negative, and x z, so it will be y, so minus IH cross y. So this is how you should remember this kinds of result. Okay, and number 4, suppose Ly with x, similarly Ly with y will be 0, Lz will z will be 0, so Ly with y if you take, then this will be 0. But if you take Ly with x, so you should think here y with x, so y to x will be anti-clockwise sense, so it will be negative, so it will be minus IH cross z. Okay, similarly if you take Ly with z, then y to z, again this is anti-clockwise, so y to z will be clockwise, so it will be positive, so IH cross x, Similarly if you take Lz with z, then this will be 0. But if you take Lz with y, and you can take Lz with x. Okay, so again you can write x, y and z. So you can say z to y means anti-clockwise direction, that will be minus IH cross x. But z to x will be clockwise direction, so that will be IH cross zx, so it will be y. So this is how you can remember the result. So this is most important thing, that how you can remember the result. So this is the angular momentum and the position operator. Similarly we can write for angular momentum and linear momentum operator. Between angular momentum and linear momentum, angular momentum and linear momentum. Okay, so angular momentum Lx, Ly, Lz, and linear momentum, that means Px, Py, Pz. Okay, so we can write that also. Okay, so let me write that. So first of all, Lx with Px. So suppose here also the same rule will be followed, that is x, y, z, and x to y, y to z, and z to x. So first of all, if you have Lx with Px, okay, so this will be 0. This will be 0. Similarly, if you have Ly with Py, same kind of, that will be 0. Similarly, if you have Lz with Pz, that will also be 0. Now, if you have x with y, suppose Lx with Py, or you can write Lx with Pz. So here you should think that x to y. So x to y will be z. Okay. So x to y will be z, and it is just, you can see, it is just clockwise sense. So x to y, that will be I h cross Pz here. Pz cap actually. Similarly, here you can see Lx and Pz cap. So you don't need to write the cap here also. Just z. So similarly, Lx and Pz, so x to z, you can see here this is anti-clockwise, so it will be negative, and minus IH cross, so x and z is available, so it will be y. Okay, this is how you can write. This is xy, this is xz, and now for y also you can write that Ly and z cap, and again Ly cap and x cap. So you can see, sorry, not z, Pz, this is Px, okay, sorry. Suppose Ly with Px cap and Ly with Pz cap. So Ly with Px cap, you can see, so y to x, so again this is anti-clockwise, so that means minus IH cross Pz. Similarly, here you can say y to z, so y to z is again clockwise, so it will be positive, so it will be IH cross Px. So this is how you can write. Okay. Similarly, you can write for z also. Okay, that is Lz with Pz and Lz, so Pz 0, so Lz with Py and Lz with Px. Okay, so you can write, so this is z to y, that means minus IH cross Px, and that is z to x, that means IH cross Py. So this is how you can solve this. Okay.